president of Visionary Health Solutions. She's been a professional speaker and trainer for over 30 years in the area of wellness and emotional self-care, speaking on managing stress and addictive and compulsive behaviours, effectively handling and communicating anger and other emotions, and moving beyond emotional stuck points that prevent professional and personal success. Susan also does executive, corporate, and personal coaching. She has a master's in public health. She's a credential alcoholism and substance abuse counsellor, and she's also certified in the 3 areas of corporate stress management, anger management, and visionary leadership coaching. Susan's message is you need to feel to heal. She helps people do this with her down-to-earth approach and rarely used elsewhere cutting-edge guided imagery and introspection techniques that quickly get to the bottom of issues and move people forward. A recent audience member said, "I learned more about myself today in Susan's seminar than I have in years of therapy." Today, she will speak to us on taming the beast, what's lurking beneath your anger. Please join me in welcoming Susan Eisner.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Taming the Beast, What's Lurking Beneath Your Anger. This is a topic that is not just for people who have anger management problems. This is for everyone in any corporate or lay group, such as yourselves, because we all get angry, we're all human, and we all can use a little bit of help in helping ourselves deal with these emotions that just come up sometimes at the most inopportune moments. The goal of today is for me to give you a little bit of a technique to help you when that anger or other difficult emotions start to surface, to help you kind of calm down a little bit, and to give you the technique to feel some of the other feelings that are probably preceding the anger as it's about to come up. These are techniques that I think we should have all learned by first grade, or start learning them at that point. Doesn't usually really go that way in most of our lives. So what I would like to start by saying is that when you think of taming the beast, think of a lion tamer with a whip, cracking the whip and taming that lion. But we're not looking to harshly tame our anger. We're looking to do it in a gentle way. So we're going to take that whip and we're going to imagine it being transformed into a healing wand. And that wand, and it's got healing energy, it's going to soothe that anger or those difficult emotions, and it's going to soothe the more vulnerable feelings that often come first. Now, anger is hardwired into us. We're human beings. We're meant to get angry at times. We want to protect, defend, you want to protect against harm. So an occasional forcefully made statement that's clear, direct, and concise is appropriate, and then it's done. But more often than not, we walk around with our anger and our stronger feelings as being secondary emotions that kind of follow other more vulnerable ones. And it's difficult sometimes in our society because we're trained to stuff those feelings down by eating over them, or drinking too much, or being busy. If you're busy all the time, you can't feel anything. If you don't feel anything, you can't make effective decisions in your life. So the point of a lot of the work that I do is to help people feel the feelings. So if you think about a person who is at work, and their boss or their coworker comes in front of their colleagues and says, "You know, you made a big mistake on that project today," and you want to lunge across the table at them and throttle them because they said this in front of your colleagues. Worst possible moment. What is the feeling that you think that person's really feeling underneath all that anyway?
Embarrassment.
Embarrassment. Very good. And then your spouse has this habit of forgetting your birthday for the past 2-3 years, and you are fed up, you've had it, and you yell, "What is it with you that you can't remember this date?" Now, of course, we could go down the psychological path of passive-aggressive or whatever is going on there, but we're not going to do that right now. Okay? But what might you really be feeling underneath that anger? Hurt, sadness. And those are the kind of feelings that you want to express to the people that you're involved with. So it becomes important to be able to do this so that you can more effectively, calmly express what's really under that anger so that your wellness within yourself feels calmer, feels better, your relationships are happier, and you're functioning in a way that's a lot more often mature, and you're not hurting yourself by doing self-destructive behaviors, and you're not hurting someone else, and God knows you're not taking out a gun and shooting somebody, which we read in the newspaper happens with not such small frequency. Okay? So what I'd like to do is invite you all to try one of these techniques yourself. Are we game?
Yes.
Now, if you're not, and you're sitting here thinking, oh, I don't know about this, okay, I invite you to check out your resistance. So we're going to do a little exercise on how you can feel your emotion. And I want you to just think for yourselves for a moment of a situation you had recently where you might have gotten angry or miffed or kind of annoyed, frustrated with somebody. Maybe not something where you were enraged, okay, but something that bothered you, and your reaction was not quite the way you wanted it to be. Maybe you pounded on the desk, or you started yelling at them, you bolted out of the room, you raided the vending machines, you binged on sugar, you did something you weren't so crazy about, okay? So I'd like you to all put your feet flat on the floor, sit up straight in the chair, and I would like you to close your eyes. And this will just take a couple minutes, and you take some nice slow deep breaths. And I want you to just allow your body to relax, breathing in deeply through the nose, holding it for a second, and then releasing the breath out through the mouth. And ask yourselves right now, what emotion am I feeling in this moment? Emotions are one word: happy, sad, content, frustrated, disappointed, scared, angry, okay? Now I want you to think of this situation that you were just told about, to think about, and put it on a movie screen in your mind. See the situation where you acted the way you did, where you got angry. Just visualize it for a moment. And now I want you to roll back the camera in your mind to the moments right before you acted out. And go deep inside yourself and ask yourself, what other more vulnerable emotion might I have been feeling? Was I afraid? Was I sad? Was I powerless? Was I disappointed? And then allow yourself to feel that feeling for a moment. You're all doing terrific. And now, just allow yourself to picture in your mind again on another movie screen that person you had the issue with, and just saying to them something like, I know I got real angry at you, but when you did whatever, what I really felt was, and then you can express the feeling, and can we work this out so that in the future we can make this better between us. Take 1 second more to do that. And then you can bring your focus back into the room, and you can take another breath, open your eyes. How many of you were able to access a deeper emotion underneath? Okay, good. Most of you were. So what I encourage you to do as you go through your days from now on, stop anywhere, whatever you're doing, take a breath, and ask yourself, how am I feeling right now? And should you come up in a moment of anger, as you sit back, even if you've had your outburst or whatever, go back, sit quietly, and ask yourself, what was I feeling under it? And then go and resolve it later with the person. And over time, you'll get so good at this, you may not even feel the anger at all. Thank you very much, and thanks for being here.